Approximately 29 volunteer fire departments, 19 law enforcement agencies, and 9 medical agencies have responded to this incident. We appreciate the outpouring of support that has occurred, and especially from our neighboring counties and definitely the state agencies, because the response was immediate, it was very quick, and it was extremely effective for us. So at this time, we are requesting a couple of things from the public. First of all, that there be no public use of drones over the affected area. Unauthorized drones pose a serious risk to emergency personnel. So remember, if you fly, then we can't. So our drones cannot get up there and assess the damage if we have public drones interfering at that time. So, and also to reduce the potential or the risk of potential wildfire, we're asking community members not to burn their debris at this time. As we witnessed with the tent and with the gusting winds, we want to make sure that we don't create more hazards that will stretch our resources any further. So, okay, at this time, a large portion of the Onalaska area is under a boil water notice. Food and water are available at the Garland Park Pavilion until 7 p.m. tonight, and then from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow as well. The Burke Center will be offering grief counseling to the community at Pine Forest Baptist Church in Onalaska, and we will release more information on those details when we receive them. Please avoid, we're asking everybody, the public and the press, to avoid impacted areas because right now the conditions are not safe for re-entry. So we're asking the people that live in those areas also to stay out if at all possible. For any volunteer opportunities, if they want to make donations of non-perishable food items or water, or to make monetary donations, please contact the Polk County Center of Hope. And the number at the Center of Hope is 936-327-7634. When something happens like this, a lot of times we have people that just show up and wish to volunteer. They are handling all the volunteer coordination in that case. For those in need of clothing here in the Onalaska area, or household items, or to make donations for these particular items, then you can contact the Oasis Resale Shop of St. Luke's, and that's at 936-327-1208. So, and shelters are available through the American Red Cross, and so they need to contact, if someone is in need of a shelter, then they need to contact the Polk County EOC, and that number is 936-327-6826. And also, please continue to monitor the Polk County Emergency Management Facebook page or website for information. They are manning the call center right now, so if you have any questions, they can answer those questions, as well as responding to any emails or message requests that are sent through the Facebook page. So we are slowly but surely, we will start moving into long-term recovery. So.
Describe your thoughts about all the people being at their houses and, for COVID-19, trying to protect themselves, and then a tornado comes, 31, 33 people hurt. That's not a lot for this widespread area.
Well, first of all, we're facing 2 emergency declarations at the same time, and they're not anywhere closely related to each other. So certainly the COVID-19 presented a challenge for our emergency responders, for everybody. What they did, the plan was fabulous, because what they did was we got those people out, we staged them at the high school here. Then they were screened by our public health officer and medical personnel before they were allowed to go to the shelter. And then at the shelter, they were connected with Red Cross, so that Red Cross could take each of them to a separate hotel rooms, so that we're not merging everybody together. Up to this point, Polk County has done a really good job of sheltering at home We've managed to keep our numbers low, but you know, this type of event is more than likely going to create an increase in our numbers just by virtue of the amount of contact that happens. So, yes, ma'am.
And are there precautions that are being taken because of COVID-19 when going out to, search and rescue?
Oh, yes. No, every precaution has been taken because that was certainly on the front of our minds to make sure that every precaution was taken, that to whatever degree you can. Obviously, emergency medical personnel can't stand back completely, but no, every precaution was taken, especially in terms of the volunteers and people that were out there trying to open up the roadways, because they're not, when they're opening up the roadways, and it really, I think that we had up to, at one point, we had 70 different people and agencies staged up that showed up with chainsaws, with track hose, with whatever was needed that would allow us to open the roadways, because we had to open the roadways so that emergency personnel could get in and out.
Has there been a determination how strong that tornado was?
We have not received a determination on what the strength of the tornado was. We did go up earlier, and the swath of the tornado is very, very wide. But as far as measurable distances,
We weren't reporting like an EM2, EM3, nothing like that.
we have not received that yet.
The weather service hasn't put out either.
Yeah, so as soon as we receive that kind of information, we will let you
What
know.
would you say to residents here as they try to rebuild, try to clean up?
It's going to be a long road to recovery. So first, we'll make sure that we've done everything we can to take care of those people that were immediately impacted. Since the state came down so quickly, then I think that we did reduce the loss of damage and decrease the amount of damage, and we did reduce the amount of emergency circumstances that could have been created had we not been able to get in there to provide assistance. And so I think that this circumstance, as much as you don't want to experience this kind of circumstance, I think this circumstance is a perfect example of what emergency management, coordination, liaisons can do to provide safety and security to a community. So we'll move forward, and after we get a full assessment, then we'll move forward to our federal partners and see if FEMA can come in and provide some additional assistance.
You mentioned 3 dead, 33 injured. Do you suspect that there might be more?
No, sir. At this point in time, we don't have anybody that has been reported missing. So everybody is accounted for at this time, and we will just assess. We will evaluate it from there. But there were some people that did have some significant injuries, and so we'll just say our prayers, keep our fingers crossed, whatever works for you.
Do you know how many of the 33 were still in the hospital?
No, sir, we don't have the full numbers on those because a lot of those were taken to other hospitals, other facilities, because they either had sustainable injuries that needed to go to a more specialized hospital, or they had required surgical procedures. So at this time,
Sirens in Polk County, right?
no, we have an Alert Me Polk County, which is basically a reverse 911. The sirens and everything went off in the EOC. We were in the EOC discussing COVID, and how to proceed with COVID when all the alerts came through. So, okay, thank y'all for your time. I'm sure right now they're planning to try to do something tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And so if you're interested, then we will see you tomorrow at 10.
There will be nothing for the rest of the day today.
No, sir. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.